Hello, I'm Audio, and I just can't stop thinking about Daitekoku. I can't stop. It's like, it's in my head so bad. Like, I'm sitting there trying to go to sleep at night, and all I can think is Reitia, Adolf. That's all that I can do. And I think that's okay. I think that's okay. I think it's okay. That game is fantastic. But I bring it up because it's supposedly the third installment in the Dai series. I don't know what the first one is. I don't think Daibanchou is the first one. I should probably know more than I do about those things, but I just don't. I just don't. I don't know if this scene's been. I gotta pay closer attention. Like, my recordings have been sporadic, so I'm forgetting a few things. No, this is new. But yeah. Yeah. I've had a lot of work and I had a lot of dentist appointments lately, you know. In high school, I basically just slaughtered my teeth. I was like, hey, let's drink a 12-pack of Mountain Dew and then go to sleep. Because, you know, I had to play World of Warcraft. I couldn't take care of my mouth or anything, but I'm paying for it now. At least my teeth are still gorgeous. Which, you know, whatever. But that's, you know, that's what I was talking about in the last part, about some guy coming, let's watch this Daibanchou thing. It's a jackass talking about his teeth in World of Warcraft. Who does that? So I'm not going to be the guy who does that through the whole video. I mean, I'll do it once in a while, obviously. I do it, like, a lot, but, I mean, but yeah, I don't know anything about the Dai series other than Daitekoku and Daibanchou. And I think that Daibanchou is a better game. I played them both a lot. I haven't even beat Daitekoku yet, but I think that Daibanchou is a better game. Like, there's a lot more you can do in as far as the game goes in Daibanchou. There's a lot more. Daitekoku is more interesting to me, though. I want to read that. That's why at this time, when the English patch doesn't exist, I'm freaking out because I want to read it so badly. I just want to know what's going on in that game. I like World War II a lot, you know, and I like Sengoku era Japan a lot. That's why Sengoku Rants was, you know, that's one of the reasons it was so cool to me, because I liked Sengoku era Japan, and I knew a fair amount about it before I played Sengoku Rants, but I learned maybe 3 times what I already knew. 4 times. I learned a lot. And I know that sounds asinine. Oh, I learned about history from Sengoku Rants. Because I didn't. I had to look it up, you know. I had to look up things that I wanted to know. But it was mostly because of Sengoku Rants. Like, I didn't know who the hell, you know, Renmaru was, which, you know, it's not one of the most important persons, but now I do. And as I play through Daitekoku, I learn who a lot of people are that I did not know. Like Doenitz, I did not know who that guy was. Goebbels, I didn't know who that guy was. I didn't even know they existed, which they're so important. And they're very interesting people to read about. Goebbels especially. So, you know, and I just like seeing how Alisoft chooses to portray people in games. And I appreciate that Daibanchou is all original, but if it had some kind of a historical thing going on, it'd be cool. I like that a lot, and I appreciate it. Alright, so I need to think for a second. If you negotiate with Cleo, I don't think anything happens. I don't know why it has a star next to it. She just doesn't give a fuck because she's Cleo. I don't want to suppress anything right now. I'll do Mario's guitar battle because it's another one of those scenes that's really cool. I love this scene. And also, I was talking earlier over it, but I interrogated that guy, so Tomoka is now going to be recruitable. And I'll tell you what you need to worry about once I've recruited her. Like, you need to, you know, I'll worry about it then. And this broadcast girl, she has a unique CG because she's around, or CG, is that right? That's what I've been calling it in 2 Let's Plays. So that thing right there, should I say portrait? I don't know, CG works fine. Like, that's Hitani Mario's CG. I hope that's okay with everybody. But that broadcast girl is around throughout the game. Especially at the end, she actually can die as it winds down. But she's just kind of everywhere occasionally. She's not an important character. She never has a name. She's just broadcast girl, broadcasting the news to the world in Daibanchou, you know? Like, isn't this awesome? It's just so cool. This is fucking Mario. I just like to picture him up there tearing his guitar. Like, he's doing it, man. He's going to town. You know, I have a guitar. I can't play it, but I can tune it. My father collects guitars, apparently, and I was given one, so that's how that goes. Well, this scene doesn't play out as a real guitar battle, you know, they start actually fighting each other. That's expected out of Mario's character, though, so. But that's good humor. I like it. You know, like, and throwing this music in here, it's stuff like that Alisoft never once in any of their games have they messed up like the music cue. They always throw in the best music at the best times, and they always have unique tracks for things that are fuck awesome, you know? Like, if that battle with Xavier at the end of Sengoku Rants didn't have Rebirth the Edge playing, would it have been nearly as awesome as it was? No. No, it would not. That made it amazing. And that's one... It's not really a huge complaint or anything, but it's an issue that I have with this game. The music for the final boss battle is not like... It's not, oh, I'm awesome, check me out, you can't touch me. It's kind of a, you know, like, oppressive song, I guess. You know, which it makes sense and it works, but the ending for this game, besides the boss fight, because the boss fight's not the ending, you know, makes up for that. It's the ending to Daibanchou is my favorite ending for almost any game. I mean, I know that sounds stupid too. I mean, I've played a lot of games in my life. I've gone through dozens of games on a 360. You know, I bought the GameCube the day it came out. Hell, I bought the 360 the day it came out. I've played shit for handhelds since Game Boy Color was released. I've never had a PSP. You know, and I upgraded to a PC 2 years ago, and I sold my 360, and I've been on the PC since then. But I've played lots of games, and I think it's just the kind of person that I am. When I play a VN, it lets me feel like I'm in the atmosphere more, and it makes me feel like it's, you know, I care about the people more. You know, I play FPS all the time, and I don't care. I don't care about the people. Like, you're not supposed to. But by the end of this game, you know, Roga, not as much. Like, I didn't care about Rants either. I didn't care about Rants, really. I didn't care about Roga, really. But I cared about the other people. Like his brother, like Kunagi. I cared about what they were doing at the end of the game. It was important to me. I don't really know why, but it was. And that's just how it was. So, I don't know when income phase is. You know, I think Go told me, but I just neglected the information, as usual. Oh, see here, they're all long-range units in Shizuoka, I guess. That's what it's called. I don't, you know, whatever. I don't know the names of any of these territories really off the top of my head, except like Forestland, and of course Tokyo, your capital. A few obvious ones, but I'm monologuing. Let's take over this. And I forgot to deploy Kunagi a bit here, so she's going now. And I'm going to try to keep deploying her pretty much in every single battle. You know, at least a battle per turn, because important. Extremely important. Daigo, kick his ass. Oh. You know, but I mean, Daigo, he gets shot in the face and he just keeps going because he's Daigo. That's what he is. He's a monster. And I mentioned earlier that Daigo has Devil Daigo form. I also mentioned, you know, it was some time ago, he has that form and it has a shitty ability, but I'll make him Devil Daigo. Because it's cool. It's, you know, It's relevant to his story, and it makes things more interesting. But it also means that I won't be recruiting Kaguya for quite a while, if I recruit her at all. And I like her. Those of you out of the know, Kaguya's a vampire hunter, I guess, and like a demon hunter. She kills demons and whatever. She's got a big coffin with what I believe is a demon inside of it. They can both... Well, Kaguya, I think she's an alien or something. She's weird. She has a weird background. But she talks to the thing in her chest, and we'll see. Not her chest, but the coffin chest that she carries. And it's a female mummy thing. And they never show it. They just show this big, creepy hand that comes out of there. And it's pretty scary, actually. If something like that were real, it would be terrifying. But I'll talk more about that when it comes up. I like her character design. And another thing that I'd like to point out about Daibanchou, well, I can't say almost all the character designs are unique, because that would be a straight up lie, you know. But I mean, for the most part, they're unique. I haven't seen anything like Kaguya before. Granted, my experience with Japan is fairly small because I don't watch a lot of anime. I don't read a lot of manga. She could be based on something, but she's unique to me. You know, I mean, I watch maybe one. That's not true. Like in 2009 when I got into anime, I watched like 20 that year. I was hardcore, man. But 20 people are scoffing hardcore, and you only watch 20 anime in a year. What a jackass! That's what you sound like if that's what you thought. I don't know why Tamari is here. I don't. You know, he's at this point where he's not useful anymore at all. But yeah, 20 anime in a year isn't really hardcore. I don't know. Why? Why is... I don't want to deal with these people. I didn't bring any long-range units. Kendo dodged that, though, which is astonishing. And I gotta keep Heita useful, man. I love that guy. He's such a cool character. I mean, his counter chance is 78, but I don't think he's ever failed a counter for me. He's always done it, which is either really good odds or the game lies to you. Oh, my coffee's getting cold because I'm spending too much time talking. Oh, well. But, yeah. I haven't drank coffee for a long time. I know... If any of you are still watching from Sengoku Rants, I'm sure a few people are. I mean, there's got to be at least 2 people watching these videos for me, right? I've got a fan club of 2 people, is what I'm essentially saying. But if you've watched any of the Sengoku videos, I said in several of them that I drink coffee constantly, and to assume that whenever I'm recording, I'm drinking coffee. Well, aside from this video here, I haven't drank coffee for several months. And soda for even longer than that. And yes, I'm from the north, but I call it soda because I'm peer pressured. But I haven't because I was very concerned about my teeth. I'm lactose intolerant, so I haven't drank a lot of things with calcium in it throughout my life. And I actually don't know how much that plays into your teeth. I don't know any of those things, so I was freaking out. I had a cavity, and I was like, oh, my life is ending, you know? Because where I work, the place that I work, like, tooth health is a big thing for me, because where I work, I see people with decayed, rotting teeth all the time, and it just disgusts me, and I would just dread becoming that. I wouldn't like it. And, you know, it's ultimately just your own fault when that happens, because you have the tools to take care of it. It's there. That includes the dentist. It's just there. It's just a matter of laziness or finance. And nobody who I work with has good teeth. So I wasn't going to be one of those people there as well with bad teeth. So I just went crazy. That was like a horrible day. But it's all repaired and fixed. Except the wisdom teeth. Like I told you, I will be recording a video when I get those out. My entire mouth is numb and I sound like I'm having a stroke. So... enough of that monologue, though. But, you know, I can talk like that and still explain the scene pretty well. Obviously, this scene is about cloning. And, I mean, if you've been reading the dialogue, I don't know how many people actually read the dialogue as I talk over it. I haven't actually tried that. It's probably difficult because I talk really fast sometimes, you know, when I'm in high spirits. I talk pretty quickly and frantically. There we go, frantically. That's what I was looking for. Speak frantically. Speak frantically sounds more educated than talk frantically, you know. Because people talk with one another. They don't speak with one another. You speak, right? Okay. But this is about cloning, and Miyuki owns a clone, and it's a Futanari scene that she has with her clone, which is weird, isn't it? I mean, they just kind of shoehorn that. They're like, you know what? We need a Futa scene. Boom, there you go. And it's inappropriate. Like, it doesn't, you know, it. If I liked Futa, that scene would be a godsend, I guess. I don't know. I mean, it's not even that. There are scenes that there are things that I do like in this game, and I don't see it like, oh, this is amazing. That there, Iori, she's the girl. You know, she's another Senna clone, basically. I don't know what her specialty is. I think Iori can cast spells. She's not capturable unless you're in Senna's route, either. She has the same ability as Senna, too. The super recovery. But you do fight her. You know, I think you fight her once in this route. So that's whatever. But it's just the scene, the Futa scene is just thrown into this game, and it's pretty weird. Because it really comes out of nowhere, and I don't like that. I don't like when they do that to you. If any of you have played Sayano Uda, I don't have anything good to say about that VN. And I don't know if I've covered this before. I've recorded so many parts and I've gone over so many things. But there is like a random rape scene in Sayano Uda. And they just, like, it's just there for no reason. And it's like, why? Why? Why do you do this? So it loses a lot of points there, that VN does, in my eyes. And it lost a lot of points because the story was actually not that good anyway. But if you're like a fan of it, we can discuss it some other time. Or in the comments of this video. Oh my god, I would love to fight you in the comments. I love humiliating people publicly. But not if they're nice. If you're nice, then I wouldn't do that. But if you're mean, I would humiliate you. Because I'm mean. When you're mean. That laugh. Don't you wish you could be that way? I'm getting close. I could do that laugh. Maybe. We'll see. I used to sound super nerdy, but I've evolved. Alright, I'll see you in the next part.